around 2020. It's not that I'm dancing like this. I was recording a video already when it just abruptly went off. I don't know what happened, but you know what, we are determined to do this, so we're going to do this. This year I have decided that I want to do a lot of teaching more publicly. I have been actively teaching since 2016, teaching women, training, teaching, coaching, mentoring, and so forth. So this year I decided I wanted to do teaching much more, much more publicly, reach a wider range of audience, from different parts of the world and even different aspects, because there are different women working with me, following me, or listening to me for different reasons. So just to be able to make sure that everybody is getting the good juice and everybody is getting the stuff, the real stuff and the solid stuff that they need. And that is why I have started this YouTube channel today. Okay, we are going to have fun because I have planned for a lot of wonderful things to be taught in this channel. I like history, I like research a lot, and I would now be sharing it with you when I do a lot of history. In fact, when we start to go into those kind of history and research, you will probably be shocked at a lot of things that you will find out. But the good thing about those things that have helped me and is going to help you is that it helps you know how to navigate through the world that you currently live in. And of course, knowing what exactly we need in the future. So we're going to be learning a whole lot of things to help women live, authentically, and help women live righteously, help women live wisely, help women live solidly. Okay, and we're just going to have fun in this channel. So subscribe if you have not. Tell your friends, tell your friend, tell your roommate, tell everybody that you know to subscribe, because it is going to be worth the time. Today I want to talk about a very important topic that affects everybody. As a counselor and a trained one at that, I of course have interest in understanding people, which is why I chose counseling as my career. And I've been studying people for a while, at least even before 2016, but maybe I would say actively from 2016. I've done people for a while, trying to understand people, and I will keep doing that. That's literally my life's work, because that is what would help me tend to people better, teach people better, and train people better. And one thing I realized in this generation, this is a generation of a whole lot of sicknesses, okay? There are new names coming out every day. I was watching an interview the other time, with Lady Gaga and Oprah, and I was just in awe at the new name of a disease that she was sharing, Lady Gaga was sharing with Oprah, with the audience that they were there. And that is just that, because there are a whole lot of other kinds of names of diseases and sicknesses that are going to keep coming up. So I started to think about it, and I realized that at least one of the solutions, okay, it may not be the whole solution, but one of the solutions that will help humans to live wholly and help them to live healthier and weller, if there is a word like that, is when they begin to not just live widely but live deeply. And this is what I mean. We are in a generation of numbers, from our social media to whatever, you name it. We're in a generation of numbers. It looks like the world is pursuing the numbers. The brand endorses those that have the numbers, and so on and so forth. And so when people see these things, or get those that to become influencers for their brand that they pay, that have the numbers and all that, and so people see these things and they're literally running after those, because they're like, after all, who cares? Once I have the number, I will get money. And this is the narrative, or one part of the narrative that people are seeing, that is helping them, that is informing their thinking about just growing widely without growing deeply. And if you check, when in an era of community networks, so on and so forth, groups, clans, you name it, whatever it is that wants to be cohorts, different. We're in an era where there's a lot of that, but at the same time, it just feels like people are alone. It looks like people are in the midst of people, but at the same time, people are alone. So the key thing I want you to start your year with today is to actually live and love deeply. And this is what I mean by that. Excuse me. Okay. And this is what I mean by that. To live and love deeply is to choose to be vulnerable, to choose to hurt and heal, and to choose to love again even after hurting and healing. So in our world, I know there's a lot of hurt, there's a lot of, scars, a lot of wounds, and you just have people who say, you know what, I'm not going to do this again. This person has hurt me, and I'm not going to, just give of my time or whatever the case may be to this person anymore. And that is not going to help you live a whole life, because we're in a world where God has created us to thrive with relationships, by relationships, and I talk about that in my book, Enjoying Her. I'll be having book reviews and all that, over the course of different videos that I'll be doing in this channel. So we see a lot of people want to be in the midst of, let's say you have a goal for wealth, you want to be in the midst of women that can help you achieve wealth and all that, but you don't want to be vulnerable, to open up, to tell them what is really happening with you, where you really need help and things like that. And those things are not helping anybody go anywhere, because everybody seems to be building one brand or the other, when in reality they are dying inside. And so you go for a meeting, and typically everybody wants to show off their best, wants to show off as their professional self, wants to show up as their branded self, or whatever word you can use to coin that. But then there's the space of loving, there's the space of vulnerability, there's the space of intimacy. That's the word I'm looking for. There's a space of intimacy that is not being really filled, and that is why you see a lot of people are still depressed. New illnesses and sicknesses are coming every day, because there's just that space that is not being filled, and you cannot act as if you're filling the space. And so that the title of this message is, depth versus width. Okay, so as you're growing wider, which is also important, you should grow your network, you should grow your community, you should grow your business to a larger range of audience and all that. But how deeper are you also going with people in your life? What conversations are you choosing to have? What conversations are you allowing people to have with you? Are you being authentic to yourself? When you see a particular thing that should be done a certain way or a different way, are you the one to be like, you know what, I'm going to be the authentic one here. I'm going to be the one to say the truth, even if it hurts, because I want us to have a better result. I'm not just going to be the yes ma, everybody's smiling, when you know that the end result is just all fluff. This year, I want you to think about building depths in your relationships. Think about building depth in your relationship. We have a lot of word out there about anybody that's is not, don't oh my god, there's just a lot of, just leave people, get out of people's way, and don't mind people. If anybody doesn't have the time, leave them. Not, we have all those, those words out there, and I will come to that in another video. I'm going to come to that. I think I titled this something in my head, maybe something about self-control or something, but I will come to that. I will treat that separately in another video about this whole leave people, don't leave people, when to leave people, when not to leave people, how to act and react when certain people have acted badly to you, genuinely badly to you, and all that. That is for another video. But today, you have to choose to be vulnerable. You have to choose to be real. You have to choose to be the one to, seek for intimacy. So don't always sit down and feel like, oh, and they should come to me now. And we have that tendency in this generation because a lot of people are busy building brands. So everybody is just like, you know what, I have built my brand to this particular stage or whatever, and so she should come to me or he should come to me. And nobody wants to really love each other genuinely. So all in the name of trying to build a brand or trying to build a whatever it is that anybody is building. And there's nothing wrong with that, please, so that you don't get it wrong. There's nothing wrong with building a brand. It's just a problem when your circle just keeps growing wider and then it is not going deeper. That is when the problem arises. So choose to be vulnerable. Reach out to old friends, reach out to existing friends, and if you want to reach out to correct ones that you don't even have a friendship with, to build something deep with, reach out to them and start being the friendly one. Care for them, love them, ask them questions, be there for them. And it doesn't have to be, it's better to have 5 deep friends, 5 relationships with depth, than to have 20 with no depth. You guys just come and be smiling. You guys are just always laughing at things that are not funny. You don't even have deep conversations where you cry, where you tell yourself the truth, where you hurt. And let me let you know that if you are going to take this, I hope that you're going to take this. If you are going to take this challenge to love deeply and to grow deeply in relationships this year, you are going to be hurt. Okay, but that is not for this video because I want to try and keep the videos as short as possible. I will also be taking questions from time to time, definitely, as I've always done in the past. I really like questions, so you're going to hurt, so prepare for that. But you have the power of the Holy Spirit on the inside of you to heal again. You have the power of God to heal again. You have the power of God to keep walking. And the good thing about those things, about hurting, healing and all that, is that it teaches you. But you know what, when you come out from that situation, you actually get better, you actually grow. Okay, so you don't want to be in a situation this year where you remain small and you think you are growing because you're shutting people out, you're giving people back for what they are giving to you, and so on and so forth. You don't want to be in that space. Basically, you don't want to be in that space this coming year. And I have something to read to us. I saw a quote yesterday and it was just so good, just buttressing the point of what I'm talking about today. Okay, and this is what it says. So Paul Coelho, that's Coelho, that's Coelho. So that's Paul Coelho, and I hope that's the correct pronunciation. But I mean, if you want to look for the person, but I'm just trying to quote the person here. And it says, is it possible to, this is the quote, is it possible to avoid pain? Yes, but you'll never learn anything. But you never learn anything. Is it possible to know something without ever experiencing it? Yes, but you'll never truly be a part of it. And I think this just wraps up, I think this just wraps up, the video on a very fine note today. You want to go through life and you want to really experience life. And if you're going to experience life, you're going to go down to it. You're going to be willing to be a part of the process. What I see people do in this day and age is that they want to go through life. They don't really want to be a part of the process. They just want to go through it, get the tips, tricks, tips, tricks, everything that get the learnings, blah blah blah, go for all the courses, do the certification, and just be like, I just want. You go through the pain, you go through the experiences, you go through the betrayals, you go through the joyful moments too, so that it doesn't look like it's betrayal. But you don't want to. If you need something, if you're going to look at the higher price of having relationships that are whole, relationships that are real, relationships that are authentic, relationships that you can truly be yourself, You have to be willing to try. And that begins with God leading you, and also you being discerning of the kind of people that you surround yourself with, or the kind of people that you even want to begin to share your life with, to share your pain with, to also receive theirs as well, and to just be open with, to share, I would say, your secrets with, and so on and so forth. So we would stop here for today. If you have specific questions on this subject matter, be sure to send me a DM. I intend to link things, a lot of things, under the description video of this video. But if I don't, at least I will drop my Instagram handle where you can reach out to me. I hope that today's topic has made sense to you. It's more of a topic of you thinking about it. Do you want to just have wide relationship, or do you want to have deep relationship? I know in the principle of life, when it comes to things, just like we have the analogy of the trees, it is the things that are deep that actually last longer. For wide relationships, audiences can come and go. People that organize the conference, with that ministry and all that, these things, audiences can come and go. So those your wide range of, they can come and go because it wasn't really deeply rooted in anything. So you can't hold anybody. But when it's a deep relationship, at least there is some solidity, especially when you guys, when you guys establish it. And for relationship you are going to go into this year, I'm talking about sister relationship. Now, don't worry, we'll talk about guys' relationship and all that in this channel too. We've got you covered. But for this one, I'm talking about sister intimacy relationship, sister, just women really growing, to love and support each other, not just talking about it. You want to make sure that you also, I'm trying to remember what I wanted to say now. Oh my god. Okay, anyways, I think I've said the most important thing. We have a whole lot of videos to learn from, so I mean, if there's anything that I've not said here, I will always say it in other videos. But make sure that you're discerning, but make sure that it's something that you try out this year and you see that you'll be better for it. Your health, your emotional well-being, where they're just people. And don't say that there is nobody, because there are people, and you can find those people in those communities that you're currently in, or communities that you're going to join in the future. The question is, do you want to be remembered as someone who loved deeply? Do you want to be somebody who is going to walk through this earth, who actually experience the gift of intimacy of relationship? Or do you just want to be branded wide and you're really not in touch with anybody, but you are wide, many people know you, but they don't really know you? That is totally up to you. I will see you in the next video. Meanwhile, check out the links in description videos. Make sure that you follow, make sure that you subscribe. We're going to have very more interesting content coming up soon. Have a wonderful new year.